olive loaf. What is it? Where does it come from? How is it made? Today we will answer these important questions. Hello, this is Rob Philmar. Today I will be your host. Today we are going to answer unanswered questions about olive loaf. We will be talking to an ex-employee of the olive loaf making industry. We will also be seeing unseen film, shocking unseen film, of just how olive loaf is made. Today, we are here with John, an ex-employee of the olive loaf making industry. Today we will be asking John some probing questions about the olive loaf industry. John, I'd like to thank you for being on our show.
Well, thank you for having me, Rob.
Well, I'd like to ask you, just how long have you worked in the olive loaf industry?
Well, I've worked in the industry for over 40 years now. I think it's 42 to be exact.
That's quite impressive. And just how did you get into the industry?
Oh, well, my father and my grandfather before me all worked in the meatpacking industry, so I guess you could say olive loaf is in our blood.
Well, I see. Well, just why did you leave the industry, John?
Well, I think it's a matter of conscience for me, Rob. I couldn't take it for another day, seeing all the things that I saw and the way the industry has changed over all these years. I had to leave. I had to leave for my own conscience.
All right, thank you. I'd like, well, could you explain just what are the working conditions that made you come to your leave of absence or quitting of the company, actually?
Well, Rob, the conditions are getting terrible. They're terrible for the workers, and they're totally inhumane for the animals that are the helpless animals that are slaughtered every day just to bring us olive loaf. And it's a question of conscience. I felt compelled to speak out on this subject.
Could you explain the industry's change?
Well, I think what's happened is that the people that own the industry don't care about people or how people feel anymore, or how the animals feel, or how they're put to death. All they care about is profit, and I just couldn't take it anymore. That's why I had to get out.
Then could you also well, this will be our last question, and then we'll move on to the next segment of our show. Could you ask me? Could you tell me why you were dressed up in a disguise such as that?
Well, Rob, I was concerned that officials from the olive loaf industry might try and if they knew who I was, they might try and either hurt me or my family, and I have to protect myself, and I have to protect my family from these ruthless people that are only interested in making money at the expense of people's lives and people's feelings. So I felt compelled to tell my story, but I didn't want to show my true identity here because I was afraid that they'd do me in.
All right, thank you. Now, I guess we're going to move on to our next segment of the show now. John, I'm going to ask you to narrate the next segment of our show, which is going to show just how shocking the olive industry is. Olive loaf industry is these days. I must add that these have never been shown before.
I'd be happy to.
All right. Thank you. Now, John, explain to us what we are seeing now.
Well, Rob, this device is used for actually shooting olives into the bodies of the animals that are used to make olive loaf. Believe it or not, in recent years, what they've actually done is they've used the olives as projectiles to kill the animals, and at the same time to implant the olives into the body of the animal so that the industry doesn't have to pay to have it done later.
Boy, that's really harsh. That's really harsh, John.
It's terrible. It's very inhumane. And just take a look at how fierce and ferocious this gun is. And look right down at the very end here. You'll be able to see right there. There's the olive. See how the olive goes right in the front of the gun here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a demonstration, and this has never been seen on television before of how ferocious this device really is. Now I want to caution your audience that young children might not want to see this. This is pretty gruesome, and we're gonna go ahead and do it now. Can I go ahead and do it now? Am I on TV?
Yes, you are.
Okay, here it goes.
Wow, that's an impressive demonstration of the inhumaneness that is used in the olive loaf industry. Thank you, John. Now, John, could you explain what we are looking at now?
Yes, this is one of the animals that's just about to be shot with olives, and notice how tame and innocuous animal it is. And this is really a terrible scene. Okay, ready? That's terrible. That's awful.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. It's so shocking. Well, thank you, John. Now, once again, John, could you show us what we are looking at?
Oh, this is gruesome. You can see that the olives have impacted the animal in more than one spot.
This is so gross.
This is really gruesome.
It appears as though the cat's struggling now for life.
Yes, well, she's taking her last breaths now, and
as you can see, we're zooming in to see just what these olives look like. There's one right there. This is so gross. It appears as though the cat is soon to be doomed. It's so incredibly gruesome, John.
well, I feel the same way.
Thank you, John. Well, I hope you've learned something on today's show, and that maybe some reforms will come about in the olive loaf making industry from this show, and that maybe you will think twice about buying olive loaf. I'd like to thank you for watching the show. I'd like to thank John for being a guest on the show, and this is Rob Philmar saying bon appetit.